Hey guys, welcome back. Hope we had a good weekend. Lots to catch up on. We're gonna look at GameStop, Blockbuster, Sears, what Twitter's up to. Spies making a head and shoulders. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. So our bear market rally over. We'll see. Here's our Twitter. You can follow us on at Happy Money YT. Did a couple Twitter spaces this weekend. Some of you guys joined. I appreciate that. Those are fun. Fun for me to do, insightful. We have Discord server link for that's in the description as well. Yeah, real quick, SPY on the hourly here is making a pretty nice head and shoulders. This week's a lot of earnings as well as PAL talking about rates, 75 basis points, 50, 100. What are we gonna see? So that will probably shake the market. So maybe choppy a bit this week till we hear from PAL and see what earnings comes out. Snap definitely gave a bad taste in people's mouth for this upcoming earnings from last week when it dropped a bunch. That said, I mean, I kind of expected this bear market rally to last a little longer. I at least expected to fill that gap. Maybe that's just discrepancy. No, that's probably still a gap there. Just because of how long of the time frame was on the weekly, but it could be over. It would be kind of interesting. So if it is over, this MACD looks like it's going to cross bullish on that weekly time frame. So that'd be next week, going to cross bullish, and we're going to have a longer rally, or we're going to really dump this week to get that MACD down. I guess that's this week. No, that's last week. So this week starts here. I'm so confused. Oh, this week. Yeah, okay, that's this week. Oh, so confusing. So we'll see. This week, if it comes down enough, then that MACD will never even flip bullish on the on the weekly time frame. Still don't have my moving indicators on because of GameStop and their split, but yeah, it could be. It could be. I guess I haven't even seen this yet. We actually have a divergence right here. Alarms. Yeah, see this divergence right here on the RSI with this high and this high. Higher high here on the RSI. Yeah, we might be at the end of this bear rally. Wow. Well, I did reposition a little bit. I closed out of some of my longs. I still have quite a few. I'll need to open up some Tesla shorts and other shorts again. Man, yeah, that divergence looks like it's, unless if, that's definitely a peak. So today, it's kind of solidifying this divergence from here to here. Okay, that changes things. Also, this MACD is diverging as this thing curls down. Anyways, GameStop kind of did what we were expecting because of other charts that have sold off after splits. Not voodoo, it's just looking at patterns and statistically, historically, what would happen. And so that's what we're getting. We're going on 3 days now. First day started selling off before the split, but now we're 2 days post split, and we're back into this bull flag. Potentially we'll be able to hold up on the weekly, this 34, kind of the top of this flagpole body right here, but I'm not very hopeful for that. I think we're probably going to keep coming down. Tomorrow, next day, maybe a little bit of a bounce since the last 2 days have been pretty aggressive. Yesterday was 8-something%, and then a little bounce into open or close, and now today, similar. Today's a little bit stronger. It didn't come down a full 8%, but honestly, price action is very similar. Sold off in the beginning and then bounced around noon, kind of did the same thing, bounced around noon. Little bit of volume and candle over VWAP to get some call buyers to FOMO in, and then back down below VWAP. Following SPY a little bit, but kind of on its own path of downward trajectory for now. It could be front running the SPY, honestly, since they do move pretty close often. That said, I'm not sure where this will end. Even on these like rallies down here, you have 2 big down days and you have a little green day. So that could be tomorrow. We could see a little bit of relief, especially if the market has some relief, and then more down, or we just kind of keep coming down even another day. My RSIs and all that are all jacked up. I could use another platform, I guess, but I just haven't. So I'm not sure how oversold this is in the hourly. Probably not too oversold now that we had this bounce up to VWAP. You do have this bear flag pretty evident on the hourly also. So there's maybe just enough bounces intraday that it's just going to kind of keep coming down the way it is where it's not just like a huge sell-off and then closes down here to where the next day it bounces. So yeah, we'll see. Bearish plays on GameStop are working well, and they do 80% of the time, because 80% of the time the stock is going down. 20% of the time it's going up with a bunch of velocity, 80% of the time it's going down slowly. So call credit spreads, put debit spreads, covered calls, all that stuff is more predictable on this one. So this weekend, Blockbuster started tweeting. This is crazy, all the stuff that happened. So Ryan Cohen has tweeted about Blockbuster and Sears over the last couple of years. The theory is about the seller boxing of zombie stocks and basically bankrupted companies through BCG consulting, and then them profiting on it, but them never closing their position, because that would be taking profits, and then that would be a taxable event. They'd have to pay taxes. Instead, these stocks just get listed or moved over to the OTC, where they basically are just traded for pennies, and they never have to close, and they can use basically all those gains that they've made on that huge short and use it as collateral to go long or whatever. But it's not realized, it's unrealized gains basically. So what happens is a year and a half ago, we actually once we started to catch on to this, we could still trade it. So I actually bought Sears. I bought Sears shares, and it was, half a penny or something, and I actually made money on it. And it was right about that time that they actually shut off retail from buying those. Literally, it was from us. Like, we were just starting to get a glimpse of what was going on, and starting to probably cause some real damage just from their whole basically corruption in the stock market. And they shut that off quick. So yeah, when they need to work fast, they definitely do. But anyways, so Blockbuster started tweeting. Right, going, oh gosh, we could have a whole hour seminar on his tweets and what they mean. I haven't even seen this. That's new. Yeah, they're very active now that they're back. Wow. Okay. Wait, I don't know how to work Twitter, guys. Sorry. Started back here. Okay, so this is actually funny. Back in August 2020, they messaged just checking in. Okay, I've seen enough, checking out the same day. I don't know what this is all about, but there's still a Blockbuster store in Bend, Oregon. The ticker though is just a holding company. So what I heard actually was Blockbuster still has a lot of distribution and licensing rights to a bunch of movies. So anyways, but they delete the other one? No, this was the one. We're back from the graves. They tweeted this on Friday. This is literally a zombie stock coming out of like a seller box. Right? I mean, it's coming out of a box as a zombie. I don't know. It's crazy. But everyone in the comments, mostly probably bots from, paid bots, paid algorithms to draw the crowd, the viewers a certain way. Most of them are just bashing on NFTs for some reason, for no reason whatsoever. They say nothing of NFTs. So yeah, it's literally, that's all it is on there. It's like, what are you talking about? And so yeah, that's crazy. They kept tweeting. I haven't checked any of this stuff. But anyways, yeah, they kept tweeting, and then they were tweeting back and forth with Ryan Cohen. This was our next tweet, trying to calculate how many times NFTs have been mentioned today. And then RC, I'm actually curious about this. FL Media DMS for all grave digging tips. What? NFL Plus Blockbuster? Not sure what this is. Anyways, they started, or Ryan Cohen was tweeting with them. Those get deleted? What a mess, dude. I really don't know. I don't navigate Twitter. So he tweeted this back in January. Blockbuster just replied to it now that they've come back from the grave with this. And then Ryan Cohen responded, reports of your death are greatly exaggerated. Yeah, so that's all we'll look at the Twitter. I mean, there's lots of speculation on what's going on. GME had a little move back up here to VWAP, but along with those, with what's going on with the Twitter, so on Blockbuster's Twitter, from their tweet, they have responses from so many different companies, which first of all was crazy to me on that one Back from the Dead. I mean, we've got Toysrus, we've got, I think we have Sears in there. Wow. Okay. Who all was it? Slim Jim replied, late fees, Xbox was replying. I think I saw Toys R Us in here. I mean, Trey was replying. And they were so active replying back to other people. So I don't really know what's exactly going on, but it does seem like something is with potentially these zombie stocks, and maybe Ryan Cohen, maybe GameStop with their marketplace. That kind of leads into this DD, different DDs about speculation on GameStop and Blockbuster. This is by Vegetable Chest. Well done. I'll just give you a little TLDR, but there's a few different theories flying around similar to this. GME Entertainment LLC is going to take Blockbuster into their metaverse to do as they should do, sell their own films. This also includes metaverse virtual assets as NFTs, providing online non-downloadable virtual goods, namely avatars, clothing, pets, vehicles, weapons, tools, toys, emotes, and gestures for use in online worlds and virtual environments. Big brands are involved, as well as such as Canon, Nike, Pepsi, Apple, Louis Vuitton, Unreal Engine, Epic Games, and Wind, and Lamborghini. All logos in this Cybercrew teaser. That's a whole other thing that's come about. The Cybercrew NFT has all of these logos in, or teaser. Yeah, I think it's on their NFT. Anyways, they couldn't use that without permission, basically. So seems like some big partnerships or something is coming down. This is a total game changer, giving power to the creators on the app. So that's one hypothesis about what's going on. Blockbuster trading on GameStop's marketplace off, like on the blockchain, like stock exchange on the blockchain is another idea, as well as with Sears and Toys R Us and these other seller box companies. Another thing that's kind of peculiar. Yeah, so Blockbuster was actually moving up. On the app, on Webull app and maybe other apps, not on the desktop, but on the app, it's saying this suspended, or this symbol is currently suspended due to the corporate action that it is undergoing. I don't know if it's been that way since I don't know if it's been that way for a while. I've not noticed that. I'm not looking on the app on this one very much, usually desktop. But Sears has that, Blockbuster has that. GameStop did have that, but it's gone now. So I think that was just referring to the split, which is already gone. This is, so basically Blockbuster, that's right, Dish owns Blockbuster. Their assets, I don't know what all they own, but you can read through this one. Shout out Long Jumping College. Quick little TLDR on this one. DRM doesn't work. The hackers always crack it, but I guess this system would be good for interpolarity in the NFT marketplace and would give direct control to the producers to manage their own product without much interference from GME. I think I finally understood the overall play here from RC. He's developing a frictionless Web3 experience like the internet, but without CEX harvesting and storing data on people, but for peer-to-peer interactions backed with trustless protocol. He's not going after Amazon. He's going after the internet. Yeah, so could be huge. I actually didn't even read through this. I kind of have heard this idea of the big, like the bigger picture with Web3 and doing everything on blockchain, and basically a internet that's backed by the blockchain, and so it's not, there's no fraud, more or less. But now tying in and like seeing actual tangible companies where it could actually benefit them and be used is kind of crazy. So yeah, a lot of that was just flowing through my mind middle of the night this weekend with all stuff going on, and reading this, I'm like, wow, this is pretty wild. And here we are today, and GME's down 5%, which is somewhat expected. Trades we made, if you remember yesterday, I opened up. I've kind of just been scalping more or less. I see the downtrend happening, so I had positions for this week that were bearish. I closed them out last week here and profited, took profits, and then reopened them up here. Did the exact same thing today because the price action was the same. Closed them out down here and reopened them here for bearishness. And so yeah, that's what I'm left with. Tomorrow might be a little bit more of a bounce than we've seen, depending on the overall market, but this is what I'm left with. And I did it for next Friday now. I closed out my weeklies, left my ones for next week. Got 25.25, 32.75 put debit spread, and then a 28, 25, 32.75 put debit spread, both for next week. They're up a little bit. Got a few of them. So with the split and now contracts are cheaper, it's market makers are going to be making more money. Commissions are going to be making more money because they're going to be doing a lot more contracts. So that's kind of the one bummer thing. Anyways, my shares here, I'm not doing covered calls just because I'm getting downside exposure with puts and other ways. I'd rather just leave those long. Yeah, so that's kind of the scalp there. I did get Mar call today for the bear market rally, which I was hopeful is still on this morning, and then kind of seeing the head and shoulders, and now that divergence, yikes. Anyways, we'll see. Closed out a Netflix long, bought some dish calls in case there is news with Blockbuster, with blockchain, with anything like that, with GME or without. I mean, that could be huge news for for dish. So that's just kind of to cover that news if that comes out. Kind of a roll of dice, but so I got a month on that. That covers earnings, $19 calls, and then GME positions. I did that. Couple of longs I closed, took some small losses on those. The ones I have 25 days on, they're long. I'm leaving most of them, just in case this is a couple day little shakeout. I'm not sure though, that divergence on the SPY I didn't notice before. So this could set up for a bit. We could honestly trade in this range, kind of like we did back here before we come down, which is probably most likely with earnings. So we'll probably have some time to reposition. Redbox is ripping today up 100%. Costs basically won a patent from Apple. One of the things that Apple's Costs had a patent on. I guess they won that lawsuit or something. So they're ripping up. Didn't notice any other basket stocks moving with it, moving with costs at least. GME, back to GME. A lot of stuff is still bullish though. My targeting right now is bearish, just short term. Mid to long term, I'm very bullish on it. We're still in a nice weekly bull flag. I haven't broken down on that. Even if we come all the way down to the 30, I think we're still good. If we find support there, especially. Our MACD is still gonna be bullish. This is more bullish than we've been really in a long time, before probably the first pinch in January. Just because of this big double bottom, this divergence down here, and then the bull flag mixed with this bullish MACD. Just tons of buying and support down here, you can see. And we're now post-split, so if we do start to get a rally, we're going to get a lot more FOMO. It's going to be cheaper, option going to be cheaper, the gamma is going to be squeezing. And then our borrow rate is high. It's not as high as everyone was saying. Like I was saying, it was just a numerical error, I believe, because it happened just during the split, and it literally times 4, just like the stocks that we hold. So everything times 4 or divided by 4 basically. So we're back here, but this borrow fee is still very good. We're still at an elevated rate of 32%, 33%, where we were at less than 1% for like over a year. I remember looking at this thing almost every day, and it was like 0.6%, 0.8%, 0.5, and never changed. So we've got that. Our utilization is still over 100% or at 100%, and has been for like 100 days. So this downturn on GME, I don't see it lasting all that long, and the upside after is going to be, I think it could be huge. There's DBS from YouTube comments jumped on our Discord. He shared a lot of DD showing different squeezes. He showed me more that were kind of interesting. We mostly looked at like Tesla and Amazon and Google. NVIDIA was the one that I pulled out from his that I liked. So just showing kind of a time frame on if splitting could potentially cause some sort of short squeeze, and basically I think he's giving it 35 trading days or calendar days, basically kind of the same time frame we were giving it just from looking at Tesla, from when it starts moving. So this was 720, Yeah, about that, 18. So this thing started to move after about a month, and that's kind of what we were thinking about anyways, just looking at Tesla and then looking at, of course, next OPEX and SLD and all that, which we'll be coming into. So this was actually a little bit longer. Yeah, this was closer to 2 months. So yeah, basically trying to time the bottom here on GameStop it could be tough, 'cause it could be really quick. So I'm very bullish on it. I don't see us definitely not breaking these lows, or even probably getting back to the 20s, but we could. I mean, momentum's to the downside right now. We'll just look to see if it holds supports in the 30 range, and keep an eye on our borrow fee and utilization, all the other tools we have. But until then, you can make money the downside on covered calls and whatever. A little stronger today, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on Discord. Peace out.